Hi, I'm Zuzanna. Hello, I'm Adrianne. We are here to help you develop your study habits by explaining to you how your memory works. So let's begin.
For years, scientists believed that the brain was static, unchanging, and unlocked. But our understanding has changed to the point that our brain is constantly changing.
Do you know what memory is? Memory is the process of information and experience going from your surroundings into your brain. The process of memory is consisted of encoding, storage, and retrieval. Encoding is physically using your senses, such as sight, touch, smell, and hearing, for the experience to become a memory that can be stored by the brain and the nervous system. So when you are studying for a test, don't just read the information to yourself. Learn the information in various ways, such as writing it down, speaking it out loud, or watching a video about it. Principal encoding is considered meaningful when it reaches long-term memory. Once the information is made sense of through visual and acoustic ways, it is considered meaningful and it is learned and can be recalled very easily at almost any given time.
Storage. It means the information is stored over time. First stage is sensory, and then short-term memory, and then long-term memory.
The main purpose of storage in the memory is to remember specific things, as there is a lot of motion and things trying to get our attention.
Repetition is very helpful for storing information, as it is retained to the point where the information transfers into the long-term memory.
Retrieval is remembering the information that was previously encoded and stored. It is consisted of recalling information and recognizing information. Confusing, right? The main point about encoding, storage, and retrieval is that it can help you take in information from the outside world into your brain and stay there for a period of time. All of it depends on how much you pay attention. The more you pay attention, the deeper the process gets, and the information gets more and more easier to remember, and much quicker too. For example, in Craig's and Tulvik's experiment about learning, they noticed that the fill in the blanks also allow the process of thinking to occur. Other methods that help you remember information for the tests include carrying connections, self-reference, and quizzing yourself prior to tests.
You may not be aware of this, but right now, you are using your short-term memory. This means that probably not paying close attention, as short-term memory is stored for about 20 to 30 seconds, as we only remember the latest events and experience. Because the short-term memory is only there for a limited amount of time, it also has a limited capacity. We are able to remember approximately 7 things at a time.
A mnemonic is when you relate a word to a picture or face. Multiple techniques can be used, such as acronyms, acoustic, Loki method, keywords, or image naming technique. An acronym is when you use first letters of each word, such as WSS stands for Western Secondary and USA stands for United States of America. Acoustic, which is taking the first letter of each word and applying it to as a cue, such as bag, which can stand for bananas, apples, and grapes. Loki method, which is connecting specific objects and information to a location in a room. A keyword method, which is taking a new or foreign word and applying it to an English word that you already know. For example, the Spanish term for ears is la oreja.
Maintenance rehearsal. It means that repetition is necessary to remember things. This is why when you cram information in the day before the exam or test, you're not going to remember much.
Short-term memory and working memory are connected because it is a transition of short-term memory going into long-term memory. We lose 50% of newly learned information in 24 hours or less because our short-term memory decays so quickly. It happens in the cerebral cortex. For example, writing down notes helps you process information from short-term memory into working memory, as it is an active way of learning.
The last thing is long-term memory. It's information and or experience that you remember for periods of time, ranging from few days to few years. The long-term memory is not always reliable, as sometimes unconsciously we merge two or more memories together. For example, when we are learning physics in science and math in the same semester, with similar units we may merge some formulas together.
Long-term memory is also composed of schematic memory, episodic memory, declarative memory, and procedural memory. This is why teachers tell you about quizzes and tests before you need to write them. So all of this foreign information can go from outside of you into your brains and stay there.
Hence for heading, things go from short-term memory to long-term memory. Use cue cards with a question on one side and the answer on the other side. Take notes during class time and study with friends, but make sure you're on topic though.